Hi guys, welcome back to FlexForm. My name is Shan and we are here in the Jaya Aerial Lab in Lisbon, Portugal, filming another flex class. Today is going to be a full upper body stretch. So it's great for all levels, anyone that's not flexible or anyone that is just super stiff from all the daily movement of life. We will get our upper body moving again and leave today's class with very nice posture. Okay, let's get straight into it. Find a mat. One piece of equipment we will need is a belt or something long in shape. So whether that's a stick, a rod, or like the belt that you use for your pants. Grab it now and then just chuck it to the side and we'll come back to it in a second. Okay, let's start today's class nice and slow. So we're gonna start by doing some really gentle spinal rolls. So starting with my head coming down first, I'm then gonna melt my shoulders and my upper body forwards, leading with the weight of my head and my arms, rolling down through my spine till I feel that load come into my lower back. Keep your knees just nice and relaxed. Go, and then rolling up slowly. So from my lower back, rolling up a vertebrae at a time. Arms are heavy. Beautiful, my spine starts stacking, and then my head comes up last. Go, let's repeat. Beautiful. Okay, let's take this movement into our upper body now. So let's hold our hands behind your head and your shoulders or elbows open. Gonna start drawing circles with our upper body. So I'm going to bring my elbows down to the side of me this way. Trying to feel that extension through my side body. Good, and now I'm circling my body forward. So using the weight of my hands on the back of my head, circle around, open to the other side, and then open your chest towards the ceiling. So we're drawing circles with our upper body. Amazing, let's repeat on the other side. So go down to the side. Good, as you roll forward, you can close your elbows. And then open. And arch, look at the ceiling. Beautiful, guys, good. Okay, now let's take our hands from behind our head to our lower back. So my fingers are going to be facing down, supporting my lower back and fingers on my glutes. I'm going to try to open my shoulders and pull my elbows together here. So I'm really like pushing out my chest almost. Beautiful. First, I'm going to use my hands to push my hips forward and then try to open my chest and my chin up towards the ceiling. Good. Keep those elbows pulling together. Beautiful. Now let's bring our body up straight. Keep your elbows pulling together, but hinge at your hips to lean forwards. Open chest towards the floor. Start feeling your hamstrings. Good, let's come up. Same again, pull your elbows together. Push your hips forward, open your chest. Go, and as we come forward, exhale. Beautiful, one more. So inhale as you go back. And exhale. Beautiful, let's come all the way down and release our hands. I want us to have a natural bend in our knees, so we're not stressing our hamstrings too much in this position. We're still warming up the body. So if you can, try to reach for the floor with bent knees. Okay, we're going to bend our knees as much as possible, keeping your feet connected to the floor. Good, and then slowly straighten them. Don't have to be locked, just moving them up and down just to warm up that hamstring. Let the nerve sort of slide through these joints. And to stretch your lower back very gently. Amazing, guys. Good. Let's bend and come all the way down onto our knees. Okay. I'm going to do a little twisting position. So I can face you this way. First, let's take our right arm up towards the ceiling, looking towards your hand, so you can try to open that shoulder and face your chest to the side, but your head up to the ceiling, extending up through your fingers. Beautiful. I'm now going to do a basic thread the needle, so my hand will go under my body. I'm trying to get my shoulder to go directly where my wrist is, so I'm threading as far as possible underneath. Beautiful. This hand, the left hand that's still on the floor, I can push against the floor here to try to twist my shoulders open and look up towards the ceiling. Good, now let's come back up. So press, go back into that upward reach position, following your eyes are following your hand. Good, let's thread again. Push on the floor to twist and look up. Beautiful, one more. And down. Twist and look up. Beautiful, come all the way up. Amazing. Okay, let's come back down into that position. Connect your shoulder to the floor and the side of your head, so your ear down. We're now going to stack our hands on top of each other. I like to think of this as like an alligator or a crocodile movement, so your arms are together. I'm going to open my top arm and I want my eyes to follow my hand. So as I open it, I'm following my hand with my eyes. I'm trying to twist and look back towards my hand and then close. Okay, so 2. And close. And 3, go as far as you can. Try to look behind you. And close. Amazing, good. Let's come back up. Let's go straight to the other side. So left arm's reaching. You're trying to extend up through the shoulder. Open your shoulders to the side. Look up towards your hand. Beautiful. Let's thread underneath. Shoulder in line with your wrist. Push this right hand on the floor to open and look up. And then coming all the way up. Beautiful, and again, 2. And 3. And good. Okay, let's come down. Rest your shoulder on the floor and your ear on the side of your head. Let's stack our arms together like a crocodile. Now my eyes are following my top hand, so as I open, they're trying to look at my hand to go back behind me. And close. Beautiful, and 2. And 3. Good, and close. Amazing, let's come back up. Whew. Feels good. So what we've done so far is rolling through our spine and adding some sort of rotation, especially through our upper back and shoulders in that exercise. So our upper back and our shoulders are a lot more awake and mobilized now. So we're going to grab our long band or our belt. So we're going to have this shape, whether it's your band from your belt from your pants, sorry, or a long stick or a yoga band like I have here. So we're going to do like a shoulder flossing exercise. But I also want us to allow movement to come through our spine and allowing our ribs to flare or our back to arch as we move our shoulders. So I'll show you from the side. It's an option to do this from sitting or standing. It's depending on what makes you feel more mobile or more comfortable. But I'm going to have my arms out in front of me. Take them wider than your shoulders because it doesn't matter how tight your shoulders are. You just take your arms wider, and then as you progress with this, you can bring your hands closer together. So wider than your shoulders for now. As we go up, I want our hands to push away from our chest, so my shoulders are extending out. Okay, so this way. And then tend to take the band up and over my head, so my shoulders are still out. As my arms come up, I'm now allowing my ribs and my chest to open as the band continues that rotation behind my back and all the way to the floor. Cool. Okay, as we reverse, I'm now pushing the band away from my body, and then as it comes back over my head, I'm trying to close my body and round my back, band towards my knees. Okay, so it's not just a shoulder extension, we're taking it through our back as well. Okay, let's go again. So away from your body, Open your chest. You can follow with your head as well, so you get that extension through your neck. And close your back. Good. You might be able to bring your hands a little closer together. Let's get open. And close. Oh, beautiful. Feels nice. Okay, let's keep our band. I'm going to hold the band or the belt above my head this way, and then I'm going to grab it behind my back. Okay, the goal here is I want to grab as high as I can on my band. So walking my fingers up, I'm going to grab my band here. Okay, this is a little exercise to stretch our triceps. So from this, I'm now going to, the hand that's holding at the bottom, I'm going to pull that hand down, and you can see my top arm is folding behind my head. Go a bit closer. Pull that down to really stretch your elbow sort of behind your head. Feel that stretch all down the side of your arm and your tricep. Good, and now in reverse, this top hand will pull up. So my bottom arm is kind of pulling underneath my shoulder blades and up into the center of my back. So it's stretching the front of my shoulder. Great. So you're in control about how much load you give yourself. Let's pull your bottom hand down. Good. So obviously the closer your hands together, the closer your hands are together on the band, the more stretch you're going to bring your body into. And swap, pulling your hand up. Beautiful. Let's repeat one more time. So pulling that bottom hand down, hand tucks behind your head, pull your top elbow in, and change. Good, all right, let's release there. I'm gonna now change to the other side. So holding the band above my head on my other arm, bringing my hand behind my back, reaching it as high as I possibly can. Good, now pulling that bottom hand down to pull my top elbow behind my head. Good, now top arm goes up. Pull my hand behind my shoulder blade, you can see that. Good, and again. And up. Beautiful, one more, so down. And up. Ta-da! Nice, so guys. Good, let's release our band. A bit of tension in your hands as well, because you're really pulling yourself in. But if you've done any of my classes, you know how much I love active stretching, of course, but also tension and release. So where you're pulling and then you're relaxing. So it really allows your muscles to strengthen and gain more flexibility over time. Band away. Okay, let's come onto our hands and our knees now. So now that our body's nice and mobilized, we're gonna have a bit more of an engagement exercise. So just come onto your hands and knees. Okay, we'll start with a basic cat-cow just to increase that nice stretch in our spine. So nice and basic, we're just allowing our ribs and our stomach to open towards the floor. Push up through your shoulders or push away from the mat. Open your chest towards the ceiling. Think about trying to connect your head and your tailbone together. Good, right, now let's change the direction, so rounding our spine. Now I'm trying to look at my belly button. Good, and change. So, top of your head towards your tailbone. And change. Good, one more. Looking towards your belly button. Cool, all right, back to a straight spine. Now let's have some engagement in our shoulders. So first my right arm. I'm gonna keep my body nice and flat. My right arm is gonna reach out in front of me to touch my fingertips in a straight arm position. Keep my body engaged. I can feel my core switch on now to stabilize this position on my two knees and one arm. Okay, I'm gonna lift my arm, thumb towards the roof, up in line with my ear, so I can feel my shoulder start to switch on and hold that arm in position. Good, lowering your arm down. So thumb towards the ceiling. Let's try to get our arm up towards, next to our ear. And down. Good, and 3. Let's squeeze, plus 3. And 2. 1, beautiful. Hand all the way down, opposite arm, reaching in front. Lifting up, so it goes next to our ear. Squeeze your shoulder blade. And down. 2. Good. And 3. Good. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Take that down. Repeating a similar movement with our legs. So I'm going to extend my right leg back and straight, locking through my knee so my leg is nice and locked. Okay, now I'm lifting my leg using my glute. So just lift it up. Good. Try not to let your ribs come out here. Keep that core engaged. And down. Good. And 2. Down. And 3. Good. Hold here. Extended knee. Keeping your glute engaged for 3, 2, and 1. Good. All the way down. Now let's repeat with our left leg. Extend it back. Lock your knee. Good. Let's lift our leg up as high as you can. And down. 2. Good. And 3. Good. Let's hold. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Coming down. Okay, we're going to combine these together, a little bit of a strength and mobility exercise that we can also help our mind focus. Doing opposite arm to leg in this position. So I'm going to do my left hand, right leg. Good. I'm first going to start by extending them out and locking in that position. I now need to stabilize through this opposite shoulder so I can push away from the mat, keep my core engaged. Good. Let's lift. Arm comes next to my ear, glute engages, and down. 2. Beautiful. And 3. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And swap. So extend your leg and your arm. Ready and lift for 1. Down. And 2. Down. And 3. Good. Hold. 3, 2. Keep your ribs in. And 1. Amazing. Now final challenge. Let's come up onto our toes. Beautiful. Let's try to keep our hips down. Going to extend my left arm and right leg. And lift for 1. And down. 2. Down. And 3. Good. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring that down. Go the other way. Lifting for 1. And down. 2. Good. 3. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Cool. Good. If you need a little break on your wrists, just give them a little shake out. We're going to do just one little stretch position from there and then we can move on. Beautiful. So back onto our hands and feet. This time we're going to keep that opposite situation going, but instead we're going to try to do a little active balance or stretch hold. So my left hand, my right leg, I'm going to reach my left hand behind my body, lift up my right leg and try to hold my toes. Cool. Okay, the exercise here is I'm trying to lift my foot up towards the ceiling, pulling it with my arm to lift into this teardrop shape. Good, finding balance, but also opening your shoulder. Allow your back to arch here so you can close that foot towards your hand more. Good, let's hold. 3, and 2, and 1. Good, release. Let's go the other leg. So your right arm around to your back, trying to grab your opposite foot. Beautiful. Let's try to pull with our arm, lifting it up straight. As high as you can, doesn't matter if it's down or up. Go, holding. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Release. Cool. Okay, now we're going to do an exercise that's active in our shoulders. So it's from a push-up position, but we are working through the range of our shoulder blades or through the full range in our shoulders. A conventional push-up kind of just goes from here to there, where your shoulder stays really locked. We're going to push it a little bit closer, so we're trying to get our chest towards the floor. And as you can see, that then pushes my elbows from in my sides to behind my body. And from here, I'm trying to squeeze my shoulder blades together so my elbows are coming in, okay? So let's start on our knees just to keep it nice and controlled. Okay, I'm going to try to create a nice straight line from my shoulders to my knees so I'm not sticking my bum in the air. My hands are just directly under my shoulders. Okay, so 2 steps to this push-up. First, we're going to lower, so our elbows come into our sides and our shoulders and chest are in one line. Beautiful. Now I'm going to drop my chest down towards the floor and squeeze my elbows together. Like I'm squeezing a pen between my shoulder blades. Cool, and now we have to re-engage. So now let's lift to that flat position, so elbows in line with ribs. And then straight up. Cool. Okay, 2 more. So go down, so your shoulders are straight or flat. Good, all the way to the floor, elbows together. Good, re-engage, push halfway. And then all the way up. Beautiful, 1 more. So we're strengthening our shoulders while moving them past their conventional straight line movement that modern day exercise kind of just restricts us to. So let's go halfway. Chest to floor, squeeze your elbows. Good, re-engage. And coming up. Cool. Okay, we're going to repeat this. I would like you to challenge yourself to doing the push-up on your toes. If that's not achievable, just stay on your knees. But we're just doing 3. It's not like a full workout. This is more just active mobility of your shoulders. Okay, so let's come onto our toes or on your knees. It's okay. Beautiful. Let's lower into this one. All the way down, squeeze your elbows. Good, halfway up and to the top. Beautiful, 2 more. So halfway down, squeeze your elbows, and off, and all the way up. Good, last one. Halfway down, squeeze your elbows. Let's come up, and all the way up. I do these a lot and it still makes it hard for me. So if you're on your knees, no stress, because it's not about trying to do 50 push-ups in a row. We're doing a bit of a different technique, which actually makes them more tiring. Okay, let's stretch out our triceps and our upper back. We're going to grab a platform that's a bit higher. So if you're doing this in your living room or your bedroom, just do it on the edge of your bed or your couch. I'm going to grab a chair. So with this edge of your platform, we're going to put our elbows on the very edge, in line with our shoulders. I want you to avoid putting them really wide. Try to keep them in line with your shoulders. Good, and your hands are going to come together like a prayer hands. Beautiful, let's walk our knees back a few steps so we can clear our head from this chair or your couch. Okay, now we're going to try to open our chest and push our head down between our arms. Beautiful, my hands are in like a prayer position. So this position is isolating like they're stretching our hand, and not hamstrings, oh my goodness. Triceps, wrong body part. Cool. Okay, from this position, find a comfortable stretch for you. We are now going to move our hands from up towards the ceiling to behind our head. Good, up towards the ceiling and behind our head. Good, up again. And behind our head. Good, now let's hold this here. Really try to think about like pushing your hands behind your head or behind your shoulder blades. Open your chest towards the floor. Try to slowly melt closer to the floor. Beautiful. Good, when you're ready, coming up. Okay, now I'm going to replace my hands on the edge of the box. I need to now go back further with my legs. Similar position, but our hands are on, so shoulder width apart. I'm going to come down into a normal sort of shoulder stretch, but a little bit different. So this time in my shoulder stretch, I'm going to twist my body to the side. So it's like I'm looking under my right armpit, which means my left shoulder is pushing closer to the floor. Yeah, so I'm twisting around this way. Then my right hand can come off of the box or the couch or the bed and touch the floor here. And I'm just going to use this to try to push my chest to the side. The goal is you're feeling a stretch all down the side of your shoulder, the side of your upper body. That. Good. Let's hold here. Good, all right, let's come up. Replace that hand on. Good, let's set the position again. So coming down into your shoulders. Now twisting my upper body to face underneath my left armpit, or just looking to the side, depending on how flexy your shoulders are. My left hand will now come to the floor. I'm using my hand on the floor to just twist my shoulders to the side. Good, and then I can sink into that side of my shoulder, so it's stretching all down the outside of your arm. Good, let's hold. Nice, guys, good. Let's come out of that. Whew. Have a little rest if you need to, see how it's feeling. Okay, one more position with our couch or bed or something. We're gonna come to lay on the floor and put our hands on top. So it's a nice gentle way of stretching out our shoulders and all down our back. Okay, so hopefully you have enough space around you, but try to lay down with your body. We're gonna put our hands up on our platform. You might need to adjust yourself so you have enough space here. Cool, and I'm just going to try to relax my ribs and my chest onto the floor, and then allow my head to be the weight that then opens my shoulders. So from here I can just sink my head down and relax. Beautiful, let's come up out of there. It's easy to relax so much that you want to have a little nap. Hui! Yay! Nice work, guys. Good, that was a nice little quick upper body opening session, but sometimes it's the shorter sessions that are more achievable for our bodies to do. And also if you can repeat this more frequently, you really feel a difference in the opening of your shoulders and your chest. Also a really great way to wake up, or even before you go to bed, just so you are relieving a lot of tension that you accumulate in your upper body, shoulders and neck during the day. Cool, so if you tried it, please comment and tell me what you liked about it or how your body is feeling, and also what else you'd like to see from this channel. But thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next class.